Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Creating in Fortnite stream, all about Legos updates. We haven't had Lego here in quite some time. In fact, this may be the year anniversary. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. What about it, Carol? What do you think? Is
It
it
is
about
our
that
stream
time?
anniversary. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Thank you all for coming. Were you all here last time? Do we have any repeat viewers for the Lego streams? Hi,
Ooh,
everyone.
there's so many
Um,
people in chat.
For those of us who are new, I would love to introduce you to the wonderful Lego team who is here today to talk all about the new updates they have, the templates they have, some info, their creator program, all kinds of cool stuff. So I'll throw it to you, Carol, to give a brief introduction and we can toss it to Thomas.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's been a while. I haven't been on here. So it's super nice. I see some familiar names in chat. So my name is Carol. Some of you have probably seen me. I'm the community manager for Lego Games. You've probably seen me on the Columbo Big Build stream, or more recently in December when we invited a bunch of Fortnite influencers over to Billund, where they got to hang out with us and checked out Lego sets, and we checked out the Storm King. But yeah, I'm here to talk to you about all that the brand is going to offer and how we have a really exciting year. So yeah, nice to meet you all. I'm going to throw it
Yay!
over to Tom.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tom, and it's not my first day. I guess it's like my first day on this stream as a Lego person. But yeah, I'm super excited to be here. I joined the Lego group a few months ago, leading creator advocacy, talking about how you can create amazing Lego islands inside of Fortnite. And we're here to talk about all the cool stuff going on. And it's kind of exciting because Carol, you and I used to hang out on Twitch together in a past life, and now we get to hang out on Twitch together in this life, which is great. So
Yeah.
exciting.
Ooh, so it's more than one anniversary going on. Very cool, very cool. Oh, sweet. Well, we've got a lot to show off. I hope y'all are excited. I'm seeing some hype in chat here. I'm seeing some hype in chat. Hello, welcome everyone. Hi. Oh man, everyone's a lot of love in chat for Tom and Carol. Hi guys. Yeah. Welcome. All right. Well, with that, let's kind of jump into, I don't know, we're going over, are we doing a brief introduction about Lego, Carol, or did you want to just dive right into all the new stuff you got going on? What you got for us?
Yeah. How about we pull up, instead of just talking about it, why don't we just show you
Oh my
while I
gosh.
talk about it?
Let's go, everyone.
Visual aids?
Ooh.
So some of you might have seen, some of you might have played, and I'm expecting many of you have already beaten Storm King already in Lego Fortnite Odyssey. But we did a big rebrand back in December. Lego Fortnite became Lego Fortnite Odyssey, and then we launched Brick Life as well. For all of you might have known, and then we had tons of islands that we released last year, and that was like a really fun moment for us. It was all about learning. It was really a year of learning for us. So we wanted to try out what was there in the ecosystem. And the Lego group is always going to be about diversifying the ecosystem. I mean, this is a huge part of our partnership, and that's the fun. You guys over at Epic have like done an amazing job with Fortnite. BR is always going to be king. But we're here to just like, give some of the creators something like different. We want to like bring out all the exciting creators who want to diversify their portfolio a little bit, and they think
Ooh.
that they want to like look for unexplored genres and whatnot. So I'm hoping that, everything that we did last year is kind of like the foundation for everything that will happen this year. Now it's the year for the creators. This is our year of like, we hope you're going to be leading a little bit. So that's what we're doing. We're building out some programs. Some of you probably have already been reached out to, but we're looking for people who are going to be mm, just feel like, they can expand our ecosystem a little bit. I don't know about you, Shane. Like, I know you play, I know you play a lot of BR, but some of the games that we talk about are just like
No.
cutesy, fun, cozy games,
Yeah.
actually.
I actually play more of those. I'm that person. I love playing the cozy stuff. I love playing the Creator Island. So I have a question for chat though. What
Hmm.
were your favorite Lego islands that you played over the past year? What have been your favorites? Like, I would love to hear
Ooh.
directly from you, whether Lego created it or a creator did. Give a shout out in chat because we wanna keep that list going, and I want to check out more stuff. So definitely hype that up. But also, oh, you brought up another great point, Carol. What was it? Not just the islands you make. I want to ask them another question about their favorites, but that's fine. That's fine. How many here have created Lego islands as well? Would love
Mm.
to
Ooh.
get that in chat. Ooh. All right. Natural disasters. Oh, the one Tom Jank made. You know what? Specific. I like it, Eason.
By name, even like this specific one, this specific person. I need to be like copy pasting these into a note so I can go play these this
Yeah.
weekend.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I got you. I got you.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Pirate Lego coming soon. Oh, oh. Island Tycoon is
Ooh.
fun. Toy Factory. Oh, yes. Got another
I'm kind of
one.
curious what people are trying to are saying already things that I'm curious about. What would you want to see in a Logo Island? Are you
Ooh.
more of a nostalgic? Did you love Lego growing up? So you want all the classic pirate sets? Are you more into cars and you want all the Speed Champion stuff? Are you more into like our homegrowns like Ninjago and things like that? Let me know. Let me know. Sometimes when you type things, it's easy for me and Shane to just like put it in a document and hand it over, and you never know, it just happens that it
It's almost
appears in
like
the
there's
game.
people listening. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
We're here for that. That's a great point, Carol. Also, I'm gonna just plug it really quick again, because I know we've done it a million times before, but check out the official Discord if you haven't yet. And Carol and Tom are in there, and you are more than welcome to go in there and drop ideas or give any feedback you have. They are there and they are hanging out, and we really appreciate them for it. And yeah, if you just want to talk directly to the team, you have that as a channel. I'll drop that link. Can't grab it, mods, but yeah, cool. Ooh, we got Bionicle, Ninjago, Pirates and Medieval assets,
Always
everything.
Bionicle. The one that is the hardest for me to get. Okay, so enough of you say it. I can't
Yeah,
promise it'll happen, but I will at least go bother that team a lot.
I totally understand that. Yeah, beg if you really want it, guys. Let's get a number on that. How many people want Bionicle? Vote for it in the forums. Use that
Yeah.
upvote button. Ooh, been working on so many Lego Islands coming soon. Lego Dimensions was the most addictive thing ever. Ooh, I want to play a
Hmm.
classic Lego Star Wars action adventure type game. Wink. Bionicle would be sick. More cats. Well,
More cats. I agree.
I know for a fact that was Andre's favorite. The cats.
Really?
Yeah, when he was on stream, he was like, "My favorite is the
Right.
cats." Just the
That's
best
saddick
island.
on us. Yeah.
Okay, here's some fun facts. When we released Lego Cat Island Adventure, 170 million people changed the cat's hat in that game.
Wow, that's so
It's
cool.
it was an insane number. A lot of you were really into dressing up your cat.
That's so cool. You could see that data. That's awesome. I
Yeah.
love that. What a nice little
Actually,
Easter egg there.
yeah. Actually, we put a little device in there so we can check those kind of things.
Gosh. See? See? Oh, let's see. Horses, dogs, and cats. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, cool. Yeah, so we've come a long way. There's been a lot that's come out. I know I've seen y'all's updates and the community really rallying behind it and getting excited. So tell us a bit more, Carol, about what's going on with Lego and how it's been evolving, with everything that we've been working on with Creators and Islands.
Yeah, so like I said, this is the year of the creator. Last
Yeah.
year, I hope we set like a foundation for everyone, and you got
Mhm, mhm.
inspired by the types of games that we can create. I think we mentioned all the time, but Lego is also a creator, but we're not really here to like compete with you. We just wanted to kind of set the primer and innovate, and then now we're kind of excited to just give you the tools. And feedback is everything. Okay, I hear it all the time. So please hang out in the Discord with us. I think that's the other thing that we learned was a lot of you were very vocal about what you wanted and that you wanted a closer kind of like relationship with the Odyssey and Brick Life. So I'm hoping that this year, everything that we come out with, both those games, you'll be able to create something similar. And also closer. And, I asked earlier about like, what's a classic, like, Lego experience that you really want. But, TT games are something that are like, has like dominated when you think about the Lego group and games. And, my first ever Lego game was actually Lego Star Wars. And I
Oh, okay.
never watched Star Wars at that point, and that was my first introduction to it. And I love that series. And it's still our best selling ever, like series. So, we want to bring that experience to you because that's the kind of expectation that Lego audiences want. So we're hoping that this will bring in a bigger Lego audience into the Fortnite ecosystem,
Mm,
and they stick around, and creators will take kind of like the baton in that case.
yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Carol. Yeah. So again, just to reiterate for everyone who is just dropping in, there is Lego Lego is focusing on creators and on their creator program. And I just put a link in chat so you can go and enroll there if you would like.
Thank
So
you.
if Lego is your jam and you want to be closer to all of the magic, make sure and click on that link and check it out. Sweet.
Hmm.
All right. Well, Tom, I know you were going to help us kind of go through what we've missed if we weren't here, and this is our first time tuning in a long time, and in the Lego creator sphere and the tools. What's been going on?
So I'm gonna do my best, and I just as it being my first day here on the
Yeah.
epic YouTubes, but yeah, it's been a lot. We've created a ton, and we here at the Lego Group are really invested in giving you access to create and do amazing things, right? So of course we had the launch last year, right around GDC. Island Creator Program came out. You could create with us. You could start building different things. We had like the Obby Fun and a bunch of different stuff going on there. And from there, we started receiving all that feedback. And I think Carol's mentioned it a lot. And I'm probably going to say it a couple more times as well to really reinforce it that we want feedback and we want to hear what you need so we can then go build what you need and then send it forward, right? That's what we want to do. And so we really heard from everybody that devices really were something they wanted to unlock creativity, right? You wanted more devices, more ways to plug things in together, and more ways to connect things. And so we dove in and started working on that. And you can see the video playing right now. This is from our scary space and an amazing, amazing adventure that we had going on last year. And we wanted to showcase how you could use things like the NPC spawner, the cinematic sequencer, and also just how you could create really fun, kind of scary vibes in a game, right? And build these unique, different experiences. And with that as well, this year we released, of course, the Lego collectible device, which I'm going to talk a lot more about later, but I just want to call it out because that's the one that lets you drop studs, which I'm super excited about. That brings that TT adventure to you, which is super exciting. Um, and then from there, we wanted to start talking about assets and galleries. You need stuff to fill your world out. That's important when you're building a game or an experience. You want to put props and you want to put trees and rocks and buildings and walls. And so we've started really focusing on that, right? We had the space gallery last year, the dark space gallery. We also moved forward and dropped out the Christmas gallery with the Santa's Toy Factory launch. And then we had the spring gallery this year to kind of start things off for us and get our launches rolling. And so again, it's all about what we can bring to you and what you can then take and use. And I love that we have Santa's Toy Factory playing right now because that was actually our first time kind of trying to put everything together into one launch, right? So we came forward and said, hey, you know what? Creators also want templates. You want to know what you can build and you want examples and ideas from things. But then when you see that template, you don't want us coming out and building things that you can't build. So you also want access to the verse code and the devices and the galleries and everything. And a big thing we heard going to the Tycoon was that folks really wanted persistence. They wanted a reason for players to come back to their game. And so we built those mechanics in the Tycoon to say, hey, come back to the game, come play it again. Here's how you can do it. Oh, and by the way, here's all of the verse code. Here's everything we did to let you kind of create with that. And that's really what jumped us forward on our new thing that just launched about a week ago, the action adventure template. And this is a first thing of us saying, hey, here's a template, here's a bunch of creative vignettes. And I'm hoping that I can ask our wonderful producer behind the scenes to actually run that trailer full screen for us so you can see the amazingness that just kind of came out template wise a week ago.
Ooh, exciting.
I I love that trailer so much. It's exciting. I can't see the chat, but I hope you're all enjoying it as well. I told myself I'm going to read chat while I do this, and then I forgot to open a window. So I apologize, everybody. But yeah, that's the action adventure template, and I would love to jump in and take a look at it if everybody's cool with that. If we could do that.
Yes, let's do it, Tom. Great idea.
Okay, perfect. I'll wait to see that cut over. So I've actually already launched this from UEFN, and I wanted to start with these demo vignettes to kind of get you excited. So these demo vignettes are something we've been adding because, again, you asked us, hey, we want to know how to do things and we need examples. So what we've started creating, what our design team has been creating, and I actually want to pause and do a huge shout out to Jonna and Johannes, who worked on this pretty much exclusively. Of course, there was other teams supporting them, but these are the two that really masterminded this experience. And we wanted to make sure that there was places to learn. So, for example, stud spawning. We just set up a nice little vignette here where you can look at stud spawning, see how all the devices are connected, and pull that resource out for you. And I'm going to try to do a live smooth pan here. Oh, gotta slow it down. But we actually have gameplay examples. We have quest system examples. We have the boss battle. This is really fun. There's actually a boss battle in here with custom verse behavior. So the boss has special attacks, and you can take and utilize those in any games, or you can see how we built them and build your own. And of course, we have HUDs, a bunch of teaching stuff, achievements with the assembly device, just tons and tons and tons of amazing things you can build to get to that classic Lego experience. The last thing I want to show you in here is how we have these different worlds set up. So there's our boss fight zone. Right over here, you have the thief zone and the spacewalking area for the blaster. And then the warrior is hidden as well behind up here. Or actually, this is the main start area, and then that's the warrior hidden over there. So we have different worlds you can also warp and zap into. And you can jump around and see all of these in whatever order you want. Or, of course, you can just launch the game and go check all of these things out. So there's quite a bit here to look at. But I didn't want to just give you a tour of the template. We could just go look at all the little things, but that's something I think you should really log into and explore, right? This is a good chance to jump back in if you haven't created a Lego island in a while, or it's a good chance to start with us if you jump into the program and you can start looking around at what we've built for this. But instead, I thought it would be kind of fun if we built a quick little quest system and showed you all how that came together, if that's okay.
Yes, that'd be amazing.
All right, I'm just gonna do 1 second because I do need to switch my level real fast. So I'm gonna do that, and then we can jump right over.
No worries at all. Yeah, the more we show, I know the community really loves to see how things are done, so that's very helpful. And also, if you have any feedback on templates creators, make sure and share that in our feedback channels, whether it's on our forum or in our Discord, because I know that's been a big thing lately where the teams working on templates are like, what is the most helpful for you all? So, oh, they are so good.
100%.
Okay, that's great. Awesome. Oh yeah, if anyone has any questions for the team, please go ahead and put question in brackets ahead of it so we can see it easy. And yeah, we'd be happy to answer some of those. Let's see. Eason's got one. Is there brick by brick building in Lego Fortnite, just like real life where you can link individual bricks? Well, Eason. Well, that's all I have to say.
We
That
heard you.
Yeah.
It's the most requested feature.
Yep.
We would love to have that. We talk about this a lot because and it
Mhm.
answers somebody else's question of like, should we be able to do things without publishing? And this is like a really important for the Lego group. This is one of the most important things we want to address, which is like playing is not just about making something and publishing it, or sometimes you don't even want to monetize. Spending
Right.
time inside of UFN is also like a really good what we call play opportunity essentially. It's something that we're thinking about. We've heard it quite a lot, so not making any promises, but would love to know, like I asked earlier, if you got brick by brick building, what would you make? Is it that
Yeah.
you want to build, exactly the type of games that you've and maps that you've already made, so all the top performing games, or you just love building so much you want to be spend all your time in UFN making a wonderful world and never publishing it? Like, I'm kind of
Yeah,
curious what you would do with it.
that is actually a really great question. I would also love to know that, right? Because I think that also helps us make decisions as we're building things out. Like what do folks want to do with this? And from my side, that helps me think when we start building out content and teaching how to do things, what do we show you how to do? Like, what do you want to know how to do, right? So that's a really, really awesome question.
Ooh,
Now I
brick
just
by
want to go
brick would
home
be
and
amazing.
I just want to
What
go home
what
and
time?
build with bricks now. And
Oh.
y'all got me excited to play with some Lego bricks.
What's your
Yeah.
favorite build you've done so far?
So I actually did an Ninjago mech build over the holidays. That was
Ooh.
incredibly fun. And that's my second favorite because as I was saying that, I realized that the Dungeons and Dragons castle was by far my favorite one I've done so far. You got a nice red dragon, it can kind of climb on the castle. There's a lot of cute minifigures in there. There's like a wizard and a few other things. It's pretty great.
Yeah,
It was really fun. So
that's elaborate. I've seen that one. That was so
yeah,
cool. Oh, let's
yeah.
see. Stream's over. Lego build time. Whoa, what?
No, don't
Maybe.
go yet. No, wait, hold on. Hold on. No, I have goals. Stay.
Depends if Carol also gets inspired to go build, and then and I've got mine behind me. So
Yeah.
It's a real productivity stink here at the office when we all get excited and just leave to go build things. We got to do something about that.
Oh,
Um,
oh. Lionheart says would be a nice change from normal development. Same relaxation you get from building with bricks IRL. Yeah.
Aw,
Ooh,
that'd be
that's
fun.
smart.
What if like the
Yeah.
bricks that you got inside of UFN were the same bricks you had in front of you? Then you can like
ah.
that'd be a relaxing kind of thing.
Oh, this is,
Yeah.
I like this idea too. It's great feedback. Make sure you share your feedback with them. I think if you buy in real life, you could build it in Fortnite in some way. Whoa. Bridging the gap between virtual and IRL. Crazy. I'm waiting for those Lego One Piece sets. The eyeballs. Lego Mindstorm. It's
Mindstorm.
always Lego
Yeah.
build time, period.
So just so you know, we have something called Pick a Brick. And so technically you could build something and you just so you know, everything that we did inside of UFN, Brick Life, Odyssey is actually, and this is why it takes so much time for us to approve everything, is you can actually build it in real life. It's made with real bricks.
Yep.
Those bricks are in production. So you could actually build everything. And if you're missing the bricks, you could build it inside and upload it to Pick a Brick, and then you could order it and all the pieces come to you. This is something that, yeah, that you could actually do if you really love your UFN map and there's a part of it that you want to immortalize on your shelf. You could do
Oh
that.
my
You
gosh.
could use pick a brick.
I knew you could find the pieces. I didn't know you could do that. That's so crazy. Wow.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
actually did it for the monolith last year. For those who like were part of our spooky Halloween campaign, the monster monolith that you can find inside of UFN and in all the games, you could also order it on Pick a Brick.
Okay, cool. Wow, that's wild.
Yeah. I am totally ready, by the way. I just don't want to kill this amazing conversation that we're having right now. So I wanted to make sure I let y'all
Go
air
for
it
it.
out. So
Yeah,
you
we'd love
know,
to know.
all right, so I've set up like a little area here for everybody. This is just a fun little scenario that I put together. And basically, you have a couple of teleporters, you have an assembly device, and when you build these arches here, it turns on the teleporters, and then you can get a sword so you can defend yourself when you try to go shopping in the spring gallery right here. So the whole goal of this little game is like, I want to go shopping. I want to head out to these beautiful spring carts. I want to get some hot dogs. I want to look at the trees. And yet there's baddies patrolling, so we need a sword to defend ourselves. But something that can happen at times is, as a developer myself, I just make assumptions that players will jump in and know exactly what I want them to do. So it's like, oh yeah, of course they're going to know to go get the sword and fight the baddies, right? It's what the game is about. The game is get sword, fight baddies. But if we don't guide them, if we don't give them guidance and ideas on how to get there, the players may do things you don't expect at all. And so I wanted to use the new Lego quest system that we created for this template to actually create a quest and an NPC that tells us what to do and guides us through this first part of our journey. So I thought that would be a really nice thing that we could build out. And hopefully all of y'all in chat along the way can learn how the quest system works. So here we go. Let's see if I can build a quest and not panic too much. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look here and jump into our content drawer. And we'll pop this up. And inside of my folder, there's actually a Lego module rewards and a Lego quests folder. So I'll pop open the Lego quests folder, and we have this quest giver device that I can drag in. So we're going to see it here, and it's our usual standard device mesh. It is facing the wrong way, but that's okay. And we're going to jump over to the details tab to take a look at it. And the first thing we have is some areas to fill out. So we can give our quest giver a name. I don't know why I settled on this, but I really like the idea of the name Questy Bricks. So this is going to be our NPC Questy Bricks. Unless chat, you've got a better name, feel free to, let us know what appropriate name we can name our quest giver, and I can always change it. So, and while you're thinking of cool names for our quest giver, you'll notice there's a couple things we need to interact. So we need a button, and we actually use the button hidden behind an NPC so that we can interact with them. And then we're going to need a tracker, and we can set up a return beacon as well. We're going to avoid the return beacon for now, but we do need a tracker that will basically trigger to tell our player to go back to the quest giver. So I guess first thing I need to do is put a button in here. So let's go back to our Fortnite folder and look in devices. And I like to work quickly, so I'm just going to search for button, and here it is. So we'll drop it in here and scoot it up just a little bit. And then just because I don't want it facing the wrong way, I am going to spin it around. Beautiful. This will be our NPC button. Ooh. So look at that. It's got a switch and everything. It's just, what a good button. We'll jump back to our Lego quests. And now we can actually just assign this button. And I'm cheating because this is the only button in the scene, so I can just find it really fast. So this button is now set. And when we point at it, it's actually going to tell us to take a look at our friend Questy Bricks. But this now leaves us with the question of, well, who's going to give us a quest? Because there's not an NPC here. So we actually do want an NPC spawner. I'm going to scoot this out of the way just a little bit. So let's go into here and jump back into Fortnite devices.
Sir quests a lot.
Sir quests. Okay. Yeah, we're doing that. Let me just jump into the outliner really fast and.
Or Questy McBrickface.
All right. All right.
Someone also said Questy Bricks, you can't improve on perfection.
Oh, thank you. my ego needed the boost, so I appreciate it. Perfect. So we'll do a Questy McBrickface for now, and then we can always change it should we want to. But we have that set. And what was I doing? Oh, yeah, right. I was getting an NPC spawner. So we'll jump into Fortnite devices, and I believe this is hanging out in the beta folder, and we're going to drag our NPC spawner into the map here. And we can already zoom in and see that we've got this beautiful little Lego friend right here, this mini figure kind of set up. And I'm just going to make sure the rotation is exactly where I want it. So where was that? There we go, facing forward. Perfect. So we have our NPC spawner, and we're only going to spawn one. And I think everything is pretty much set here the way I would like it. The only thing we need to do is set up our behaviors. So we actually have a behavior script that we've provided with this template for you that will do the NPC behavior. Basically, it won't attack you. It won't do anything. It's just going to hang out to give you your quests and be your friends. So we can grab the NPC behavior quest giver here. And then we can grab a definition. And we've actually provided some definitions for you. And I want this NPC def underscore quest giver. So apologies for the other ones. These are the NPCs that are actually patrolling inside the garden there. But we'll go ahead and grab this quest giver right here. If it will let me select it. There we go. And then we can double click in and just take a look at who they're set to. So this is our actual definition. It's set to Banana Adventure. It's a verse behavior that we've provided. So this should work as we expect now. So now we actually have a quest giver behavior, but we want to hide our button. And I apologize in advance, but I do love a bad joke. And so we're going to hide it behind the backside of our character and make it a real button. So it's got to go in the right place. Please don't kick me off the stream. All right, and let's make sure it just kind of fits right where we want it. Okay, we'll kind of set it there. And so now we actually have the NPC set up. We have a quest kind of started to set up. And I think this is a good time to actually launch the session and just see how things are performing, if that's okay. And maybe we could take some time to chat with the community if everybody's good with that. Maybe take some more Q&A, some more answers, things like that while we launch the session.
Yeah, if you got any questions, drop them in chat. Put question in front of them. Let us know.
I have a question
What's that, Tom?
for you, dear moderator. Have you done a Lego build recently? And if so, did you enjoy it and what was it? Or do you have a favorite build you've done?
Oh my. The most recent one I did, I think it was Simba. I did Simba. He's up there.
Yeah, okay.
Up top. And then my favorite build, oh gosh. I mean, honestly, Pocus Pocus probably is still my favorite.
That's a really good one.
I do have two builds for Fortnite. I just haven't done them yet. They're in my living room, just waiting for the time. I've got the battle bus and I have the llama. And I've been waiting for the perfect time where I want to sit down and yeah, get tactile. But yeah, I think Hocus Pocus, because of all the little hidden, it's just like you said, Tom, with all the little hidden compartments and people and things like that is what makes those my favorite.
Those are really fun.
What about you, Carol?
Ooh, so recently I started building all the Lunar New Year sets. I really love the Lunar New Year sets because actually they're made by the China team. And
They're
that's
so
just like an
pretty.
completely other world. They create things that are so magical. Sometimes it actually doesn't even feel like a Lego set. And it's like there's a really simple one. It was a lucky cat and it moved. And something that's really special, if any of you have ever done it, is like, again, I mentioned it a lot, but Lego is really good at doing things called play opportunities. So as you're building it, they keep the belly of the cat kind of like with a window so you can see how it moves the entire time and you only close it at the end. The idea being that as you're building, you learn how the cat's paw moves, you learn what pieces are put in there so that it interacts with you. So something for you to think about as UFN creators. Like these are the kind of things that, Lego fans and as we call adult fans or Lego or teen fans of Lego really look for when they're looking at a Lego experience.
That's so cool. I love that process they have. I saw the Lunar New Year in the store and they were just so gorgeous. They were
Beautiful.
phenomenal.
Yeah. I actually saw the ones for next year and they're gonna be even better.
Wow. Cool.
That insider
Oh,
information.
yeah, whoa. Let's
So
see.
that's one of the
Go ahead.
incentives. So if you join our creator program or you become a creator that works with us, like something that you can do is like, our Lego Ambassador Network or our Recognized Fan Media, they get to visit our headquarters here in Billund, Denmark, and you get to visit the vault, see what's coming out in the next year. So you get insider knowledge of everything. And you get a true like brand tour if you come. And I actually give the tour personally. So I will be there for you and show you all the cool stuff.
Oh,
Did you?
let's see. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna ask Carol if you had to get certified to be like the official quest giver or quest giver, the official tour giver. My brain's still in the template. I apologize.
Quest giver.
Yeah, I just volunteered.
Nice, nice. Okay, okay.
And then they let me walk around with my badge. So,
I love it.
They
uh,
allow it.
yeah.
I love that.
all right, I have finished launching, so we can jump over to the game if y'all want and
Sweet,
take a look at
yeah.
what we've built so far. So this is our dear friend Questy McBrickface.
Yes.
And right now, when I hit E to interact, nothing happens. And that's because we haven't actually configured that part of the behavior. But I did also, since we've launched, want to show you what we're doing with the assembly device here. And so you build that, the portal appears, and we get our sword. And then we go down here to fight the baddies to go shopping. And you're gonna see me die almost immediately because I am not good at melee combat. As I say that, I actually survived. Yes. But that's kind of what we have set up so far. So we have the quest system working, and we can see the NPC standing there, ready to go, which is really, really exciting. So I guess we should quest forward as we build this out. All right. So Questing McBrickface works. We know they're there and we can talk to them. So we need to actually define a quest. And there's a few things we're going to need to do that. So let me jump back to our quest
We
item
also
here.
have a question,
Ooh, go ahead.
Tom. Someone's asking, how can we change the NPC item?
Oh, you mean like the NPC that spawns?
Yeah, I
Cool.
assume that's what they mean, but double or clarify for us if you can, CS Davis. But
Yeah,
yeah,
go ahead and clarify. And while if that's what we're thinking, I can actually show you on our NPC spawner. So if we jump to, I believe this is NPC spawner 3 and go to the details, you have this NPC character definition here. And if you double click into the definition, you can actually change who they are on this pick list here. So we actually have a list of who they want to be. So we could change Questy McBrickface to be any of the listed ones here pretty easily.
very cool. Thank you.
Mhm.
Let's see. We have a couple questions if you don't mind us
Not at
just
all.
kind of going through it just because I don't want to get too backed up, but let's see. Someone was wondering if you plan on doing another live stream like Colombo again, Carol.
I would love to. Again, the more you request and the more you write it, the more I can be like, look, people had so much fun.
Exactly.
And I can do it. Maybe we need to do it even bigger. Maybe it's
Ooh.
something with creators, actually. Maybe I
Whoa,
could just
whoa.
rebuild your entire world or something like that. Just a
Oh,
thought.
whoa,
Maybe.
whoa, whoa. That's wild. That would be wild.
It could happen.
Yeah, it's true. We did verify it can happen.
We have the tools. Carol's got the
Okay.
talent. We could do it.
Let's see. When do you think? Okay, we probably don't know the answer to this. When do you think we will be able to get any kind of vehicles or hoverboards in Creative or UFN for Lego Islands? Just give
Keep
us that
giving us
feedback,
that
guys.
feedback.
Yeah. Give us that feedback, guys, in the forums. Upvote those ideas. Share it in the Discord. However you can.
Mhm.
Let's see. Any plans to be able to change the NPC inventories? I don't know if that's more of a Lego question or more of just a UEFN tool in general question. But if that's something you would like, make sure and share that feedback in the forums. It's possible it's something we're already looking into, but just make sure if it's not already in the forums, put it in there. If it is, upvote it so we know what you want. But yeah,
Not,
cool.
not to
All right,
call him
throw
out,
back
but
to you,
I
John.
think I saw Aiden in the chat, so he's the person you should send
Hayden,
all your DMs to. Sorry for your
Hayden.
inbox, Aiden.
Hayden. Perfect. Cool. I'll throw it back to you, John.
All right, cool. I've got to remember where I was. I think it was, oh yeah. So we've got to continue configuring our device. So if we jump back to the Quest Giver device, you'll see that we have these tracker devices. So I just want to add our trackers really quick and get those configured because we're actually using trackers to track our quest status. Smart play by our crew. Use what you have. Don't build new things if you don't have to. And UEFN already provides us with tracking devices. So why not use them, right? So we'll jump back into the Fortnite folder and into devices, and then I'm just going to search for a tracker so I don't have to look through folders. And we can drag two trackers in. These aren't going to be visible in game, so we don't have to keep them anywhere. Also, my cursor has disappeared, so I got to play the fun game of. There we go. Perfect. Okay, cool. Found it. Okay. So we will do this first. This tracker is going to be our tracker, and I'll call it underscore quest return. So this is the tracker that we'll be using to notify our players to return. And a couple details I want to set here is we want a stat to track is going to be events. So when an event occurs, it will be fired towards the tracker. It will increment something, and then we will move forward with it. And I'll set the target value to 1. That seems like a good one. And I'm actually not going to assign on game start or assign when you join because this tracker is going to be assigned by our quest system when they need to return to the quest giver. So we'll do that. And then let's go to my other tracker really fast. And this is the tracker that actually tracks our individual quests. So we'll call this tracker underscore sword quest. We'll save that really quick just because I like to save my work in case the world ends or power goes out or something. So
Always a good habit.
Mhm. And again, this is events, and target value is we're going to do 1 because we're just doing 1 quest, and we don't want to assign either way. This will only assign when certain events happen, and I'll show you that in a sec. So we've got those set up. What we want to build next is the actual event that fires. So we have an item spawner. So if we go to our tracker, we have some functions here in the user options, right? And we have an increment progress function. So this is really useful because we can just increment the progress when something happens. So I will add this to the array, and we're actually going to search for an item spawner. And this is the item spawner spawning our sword. I know that because there's only one right now, so we could sneak it in that way. And then this is going to be on item picked up. So when we pick up the sword, it's going to increment the tracker, which means the tracker will complete because there's only one thing to increment. It'll go to 0. So that's pretty exciting. And then the other thing we want to do is assign this tracker to a player. So I'll open this assign function, and if we go to our Lego quest system, which I'm going to search for Lego and then quests, perfect. We can actually do this. Let's see. Wait, did I grab the wrong Lego quest? Lego quest giver device. Dun, 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 dun. Assign. Oh, I'm trying to do this backwards. That's what's going on here. See, even well-practiced professionals can make a mistake.
True.
All right, so let's jump actually back to our Lego Quest Giver device, and we'll go here. And looking at Quest Giver name. All right, we have our quests down here. So this is an array that we can simply add quests to. So each Quest Giver device can have multiple quests. It can have one quest. It's really up to how you want to configure it. And right now we're leaving one individual quest here. And so for that, we need to give it a quest name. So this name is going to be called Grab the Sword. Or Grab a Sword, we'll say. And inside this display text, this is the text that's actually going to go in here. So this will say, let's say, go shopping. Let me expand this so I can make sure I'm filling out the correct fields as well here. So we have a dialogue text start. So what does the NPC's player say to us? What do they tell us to do? And this is There are baddies guarding the market. Oh my gosh, typos. Guarding the market. Go get yourself a sword to shop. And then when we complete it, we need dialogue, say something nice. So you got it. Now go get a hot dog. So now we can get our hot dog because we have a sword, right? So we have the set here. And what I was looking for when setting this up too is the event bindings. So we've provided some nice event bindings for you. And they're all actually tied to a trigger. And so we can use a trigger to basically increment stuff when it comes through. So we have these events of when the device or when the quest starts. We have an event when we abort the quest, and we have an event when the quest is completed. So we can then use that to control elements of gameplay for our players when things happen. So what I want to do is actually assign the tracker when our player starts the quest so that the UI will appear when we start the quest and it won't just be up there the whole time we're running around. So it kind of creates that nice thing. So let's go to the content drawer again. And this time we're going to just grab a trigger. And this trigger doesn't need to go anywhere special. It can just kind of hang out. If you have like a zone to hide stuff that players don't see, you can use it there. I'm going to throw it here and make sure that I turn off visible in game because we don't need to see it, basically. And then we'll jump back to our dear friend, the Lego Quest. And we'll scroll down to our on started quest. We'll choose a trigger device. We'll find our one trigger. So this is now listening to that trigger. And then this is all we needed to set. So now the trigger, when it triggers, will assign things. And the final thing we need to do, I feel like saying trigger a lot is really hard, so I apologize, is jump to our tracker and actually have the tracker update. So if we go to our sword quest tracker here, jump back to details, scroll all the way down, we're going to assign it to the trigger on triggered. So the way this whole thing is going through, and I should have like some visual to show you this, but basically whoever triggers the quest giver is going to be passed through. They're going to be sent to that trigger, and it's going to say, hey, Tom's player talked to Question Big Brickface. Please give Tom the UI, and then the tracker is going to display the UI for us and basically assign it to us. So that way we know it's done there. And autosave is warning me. Thank you, autosave. Okay. So we have UI, we have a quest, we have text.
We have quite a few questions, Tom, about what
Okay.
you're doing. Do you mind
Let
if
me
I
push
throw some
changes.
at
Let's
you?
get those questions going. Please do.
All right. Let's see. We've got one. Oh, to follow up on the one earlier, they specifically meant how to get a different item with the NPC, like than the axe that they had. How to
Oh,
swap
got it,
out
got it,
that.
got it. So there's a couple things you can do. You can actually, I think it's, I can't remember if it's in the island settings. We could actually check this once this finishes uploading, but you can actually disable the spawn with an axe. You can also use an item granter in UEFN, and that can actually grant specific items to players. And you could link that to, say, the on player spawn function of your player spawner and grant them specific items. If that makes sense, I think that answers the question you're looking for. So there's actually an
Yeah.
item granter device that allows you to do that, and then you can pick the items you want to grant. And I believe the Lego device or the Lego tools are also available as part of that. So
Perfect. Yeah, that's probably exactly what they were looking for.
cool.
Thank you. And then
Hmm.
see, how do you, this one might be a little off topic because I think it was from one of the islands, but how do you make things like the swing set function when interacted with or a seesaw?
Hmm. Off the top of my head, I don't actually know the answer to that question. I would
That's
actually have
okay.
to do like a little bit of research and like come back to you with an answer on that one. But you would need to set up some kind of an animation, and if there's joints there, you would want to then use the joints to animate along that side. Is one way I would think about it. So when somebody like interacts with it, you could play like an animation moving things. The
Oh
things I
yeah.
would want to confirm that I don't have in front of me is, are they rigged with joints that can move like that? I'm not 100% sure. So.
If someone in chat happens to know, I see a lot of rock stars in chat. If you do happen to know the answer to that question, feel free and drop it in for the person asking because I'm sure it'd be so helpful. But thanks for taking a stab at it, Tom. Let's
Of
see.
course, yeah.
And then, so you feed the quest grant after interacting with the NPC? Someone asked.
Yeah, so that's a great question. So when you talk to the NPC, you could have the UI up the whole time, but what we're basically feeding is when you interact with the NPC and there's actually a button that says accept quest, and we'll see that in a second once this finishes pushing.
Mhm.
So at that point, when you hit accept, that's when we're basically telling the trigger, hey, assign this to the player so they can see the UI and start tracking this quest, essentially, is what we're doing here. So yeah, when they click the accept button, that event fires off and allows you to then start on the quest, basically.
Perfect. Okay. And then we have, does the Lego Quest Giver device work outside of Lego Islands? Interesting.
So it is just verse code. So you could take this verse code and apply it somewhere.
There you have it, kids.
Yeah.
Verse. It's meant to
Verse
be
is amazing.
flexible.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. So, yeah. And you can also, I think that's worth noting, we provide these to you to give you better Lego Island experiences. But I actually had a really interesting question in our Discord when we launched this about, like, hey, so do we have to use this quest system as you handed it to us? And the answer to that is this is an example, right? If you want to take that code and modify it for your own stuff or extend it in a way that maybe is more flexible for you, go ahead, right? This is a creative platform. We want you to be creative. We're also trying to feed you information and ideas and things that you can utilize to make your games exciting. So,
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. And then someone was asking, I know on the Unreal side, is this some sort of Fortnite specific framework within Unreal? So this is the Lego Island game building tools within UEFN and Creative,
yeah.
for those who ask. So you can access that within Fortnite Creative or within UEFN, which can be downloaded, Unreal Editor for Fortnite, which can be downloaded in the Epic Game Store.
Yeah.
And let's see. Okay, yeah. I think are
Cool.
we all caught up? Caught up. If anyone has any questions for Tom or Carol, please drop them in chat. Feel free to write question in front of them so we can see them easier. But other than that, yeah, let's keep going. Wow.
All right. So we've pushed our changes. So we're going to talk to our friend Questy McBrickface again. And now our actual
Feels
UI
like an
shows up.
insult.
It really does. Like, I actually really like. I
He likes it though.
I guess he's
Maybe
like, no,
Krusty's fine with it.
maybe Questy nicknamed themselves. Like
Right.
maybe that was what happened. Yeah. So Questy McBrickface is saying, grab a sword. There's baddies guarding the market. Go get yourself a sword to shop. So I'm going to hit accept. And now we see this quest pop up here and we can start going. So we actually kind of have an idea of what we want to do. Now I'm a little concerned that there's no UI here yet, but we can figure that out in a second. The quest was completed. And now we're down in here. So we actually went through like a quest loop, but there's a few things we haven't triggered to make this work. Like for example, we aren't being told to go back to Questy, and it looks like things didn't increment when we pick that up. So we're getting closer to having a complete quest. So let's jump back over and take a look at what we've got going. So let's just do a quick scan of what we have. So we're incrementing here, we're connecting here. Let's go back to actually our Lego Quest Giver device and just make sure that we've set everything up. We've got our trigger. Aha! We don't have our tracker device assigned, so nothing's incrementing. So we'll go right here and choose our quest sword tracker for this quest. And this is actually telling the quest, hey, this is what completes all of that. So now that UI should actually push through and display correctly. And the final thing we want to do is, we have our tracker device here. This is our quest return. So that's that tracker that returns us to the quest. So we just forgotten to assign a few variables, which, can cause you some issues. And that actually takes us through our quest loop. And if we're okay on time, I don't have a clock in front of me. If the time check is good, I would love to talk about rewarding people for completing your quests, but only if we've got time. So
We're at 1 hour now, Tom. So if you we have plenty of. I mean, it's up to you guys. Y'all are the one on the other side of the world.
I want to do it. From the other side of the world, I would love to show you the rewards because I think this really adds some cool magic.
Okay.
And of course, as you have questions, keep flooding them in. We can stop and answer questions as much as y'all would like. So we
Yeah.
have this quest here, and what we want to do now is reward the player for completing the quest. So if you look down at the bottom of this quest definition, we actually have a reward, and it's set to Lego stud spawner, and there's an amount and there's a spawn type. And so really now we can tell it how many studs do we want to give the player when they complete the quest. And is it going to be tossed, or is it going to have more of a gravity spawn in the item spawner? The toss one's my favorite. So sorry chat. We're doing the toss because it's really fun. So this is kind of what we have. And what's really important to note is that the amount, each number in the amount, so 1 or 5 or 10, that's the number of item spawners that we need to spawn these studs. So if we want to spawn 10 simultaneously, we actually need 10 item spawners available that have the stud assigned to it, because we're using this as like an object pool. Um, if you've done like other software development stuff with game development, object pools are essentially like pre-initializing the things you want so you can save memory in the long run, is like a quick way to talk about it. But we're using that type of idea. So we want to have enough available. So if you, for example, never grant more than 25 studs for a reward in your game ever, right? Your island never gives more than 25, just put in 25 item spawners that are set up correctly and you're good to go, basically.
Nice. We do have some questions. Let's see.
Mhm.
Is there a gameplay ability system in Lego UEFN tools? That's a good question.
Yeah, I would love to know what you mean by ability system. So like in the the action adventure template, we do have class systems set up. So we use like the class designer, and you can do like a warrior, a blaster, different things. But like I
That
would love to
sounds
hear more.
similar. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds like maybe that's what they're asking because I think ability system, and correct me if I'm wrong, human who asked the question, but yeah, I think ability system is how we like to do, yeah, the different classes and add the different things that you can do. But correct me if we're wrong, and we can double check that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But in that case, tentatively, yes, because and we actually have a demo inside
sorry,
this
my
template
screen
that
just
shows
went
you
black.
how. Oh no. The beauty of
Okay,
doing
I'm
things
back.
live,
Sorry.
right?
I don't know what happened. Got sucked into the universe. Let's see. But yeah, let's see. Oh, another great question for the Lego team here. Is the Lego group going to release any new islands this year in Fortnite? Last year's islands were incredible.
Thank
Thank you.
you. And if you have particular islands that you like, please name them. But yeah, the goal is to release more islands. I think this goal, like I said, is the year of the creators. So we're releasing islands that are going to be based off of the templates, based off of the UEFN tools that we make. So they're going to be released along or close with whatever we're releasing on UEFN. That way you can get inspired or you can see the limits of the
Mhm.
tools. Like our goal is to inspire, have aspirational content, and show how we make it, right? Like we're a whole
Mhm.
team, so we have a lot of access to like talent and resources to be able to build things, but we want to make it as like adaptable for you as possible. So our goal is to like make
Yeah,
tutorials out of it and documentation and show all the inner workings so you can make something like that too.
exactly. Yeah.
Yes. And thank you, Aiden, and everyone in chat for helping answer questions. Appreciate you. Okay, so this one's kind of an intense question, but hopefully it's a long one, but
Okay.
it's a good one, I think. If you have 10 active quests, can they be tracked on the HUD? And if possible, saved in progress inside a quest log to show the inactive and active and completed quests awarding quest points?
Okay. So
Mm.
I don't know if Johannes is in chat, but I wish he was. However, a couple things I know. So we don't have like a quest log system built into this. That being said, you could definitely roll your own and set that up using Verse and using other devices. You could put something like that together. Can you have multiple quests active at any given time? I want to say the answer is yes, because I believe you can be assigned to multiple trackers. But Aiden might have a better answer in the chat. I hate to lean on the chat with Aiden, but I also know Aiden's an expert and kind of a genius. So, but I believe the answer to that is yes. And what was the other part of the question?
It was, can you show the inactive, active, and completed quests awarding the quest points? Was it that part?
Oh, active and active and rewarding quest points. Yes, you would have to set up your own UI to do so, though, I
Like a
believe. But
quest
yes, you
log.
can.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and it sounds like we've got some, yeah, and I'll read because I know we have a few streams going
Okay.
on.
Can I ask? Can
Oh,
I
go
ask a
ahead.
question?
Yeah.
The designer who made this template just walked into the office. Can she come wave on camera and say hi to everybody? Is that
Oh,
okay?
sure. Yeah.
All right. All the way around. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sorry, I didn't know
Not the
John was coming.
parade.
We're doing
Sorry.
they
I'm disappearing into the ether.
Oh my gosh, Carol, it's so
the
bright out.
Danish sunlight is coming.
It's so beautiful. Oh,
I'll have to
you're
like
an angel.
yeah. So yeah, this is Jonna, and she designed a lot of what's going on with the action adventure template. If you lean, like that's
Cool.
the
Hi,
view. So yeah, that's one of our awesome designers here at the Lego Group. She did amazing work on
Hello.
this. So hi. Hello, hello.
Oh, Lego Moon Knight says, awesome job making this template. Hello.
Cat says awesome work.
Thank you for such an amazing template. Angelic
Angelic.
Carol.
Thank you. Thank you.
It is okay.
And then last question was, how many members do y'all have on the Lego Bricks team specifically for, I guess, islands? Someone's wondering, how big is the team?
I think we're close to, I want to say 20 now. There's a team that's like
Mhm.
responsible for creating the tools.
Mm.
Some
Yep.
of them are in the chat. Some people are creating the templates, and some people are actually making the games themselves. So
Yeah.
yeah, not a huge team, but quite a mighty little team. And we use also a lot of external teams too that help us.
Oh,
Yep.
cool. Sweet. All right. Caught up on questions.
Okay. Well, in that case, let's catch up on building this setup. So we have let's do 10. We'll do 10. That's a good round number of studs to spawn. So we need to set up an item spawner. So while we were answering questions, I did search for one and we have an item spawner right here. And I'm just going to drag it off screen. And what I like to do when I set this up is set up one and then just duplicate it a whole bunch so I don't have to reconfigure it over and over again. So we'll just set one up and then we'll just do a quick duplication. So here is our item spawner. First things first, we can turn off spawn on timer. We don't need to respawn on a timer. And we need to add to the item list here. So we'll add that and open this definition up. And let's search for a stud. And look at that. There's a gold stud we can spawn. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's ready. I'm going to turn off base visible during game because we don't need it. And this is one I always forgot to do when I was like learning to use this, practicing, is make sure you check continuously spawn items. That way we can reuse these over and over and over again. So we can just basically keep using them, keep doing it again. And I think that's everything for the spawner setup, except we need to add something to it. We need to add a verse markup tag. And we've actually provided those tags for you as well, so you don't have to write set up your own. So we'll just hit add right here. And I just like to use the search function verse tag markup. And I'm going to call this stud spawner tag markup. And if I drop to my gameplay tags pick list here, you'll see that we actually have some provided. And this is actually an important thing that I'm glad I'm seeing now, is we need to choose what type of spawn it is. So is it toss or is it gravity? And I'm choosing toss. So we'll hit this tag and assign the Lego module stud rewards, Lego stud item spawner toss tag. And that tag will basically allow our system to find it. I'm not going to try to say that whole thing again. That was a lot of words. And then because we've chosen the toss tag, I'll jump back up to our item spawner here, and we'll make sure that our initial movement of item is actually set to toss as well. All right, we've done that. I'm going to make a quick folder and just call this stud pool. So they're all in there. And then I'm going to push Control D 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ta-da! All right, that's 2 to 12. That's 10, I believe. I think we're good. Okay, so we've got these set up. So all we need to do now is actually have a stud spool, or stud pool, not a spool, a pool. It's different. One has thread and one has water in it. I guess it could be a spool if you want. So what we can do is basically drag in now this other device we've set for you, which under the Lego module stud rewards, we'll just pull the Lego, let's see, close the search, and we'll put in the Lego stud pool. So again, this is just a device that creates the pool for us. And we want to make sure our base is not visible in game. And we do need to add a markup tag to this as well. So I'll hit add, I'll search for verse. We'll add our verse tag markup, and we'll call this stud pool device tag. And right here, we'll just click this and open these tags up. And there's just a tag here for Lego stud pool tag. So basically, this way our system can find the stud pool and then tell it what to do with everything, is what we're using these tags for. Okay, it is saved. I'm going to do one more check of our Lego Quest device to make sure this is actually working. We'll go make sure that our rewards are set inside here. I think we're good. This is the scariest part of a live demo because I'm going to push changes. We're going to answer some questions, and then either I know how to do this or I don't. So we're about to find out. Here we go.
All right. I believe in you. There's a lot of chat about Lego vehicles.
Okay,
like
good
like
to know.
an extraordinary amount. Lots of love in chat. And also requests.
Keep them coming, please. I hopefully somebody is feverishly screenshotting and or copy pastaing. I do like a good vehicle though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the first things I was showing some internal people today in another department, Brick Life, because they just had some questions about it. And the
Mm.
first thing they did was run to a car and just start driving through town as fast as they could. It was very fun to watch.
Let's see. Yes, we really want Lego vehicles.
Okay.
We need vehicles, please. Everyone wants them. Lego about to make the best vehicles in Fortnite. Wow, that's sometimes some high praise over here. You got a
I
lot to live up to, team.
appreciate the
Okay.
confidence.
What would you make with them though, Chad? Vehicles, like, what do
What
you need with
kind?
the vehicles?
Yeah.
Destruction, racing,
Yeah. What do you want them to do? Exist?
Yeah.
car school simulator? I would really want a car school simulator, actually, driving school
Yes.
simulator.
Need. Seriously. Please. I love that.
I don't know. Yeah, there could be so many fun things, right? Like I love the excitement and creativity behind it, and I love the why. Like, what do you want to do? Could we do vehicles? Moon vehicles? Mm.
Perhaps. Lego Rocket Racing? Whoa, whoa. Two worlds combining over here.
Nah,
You're
that
allowed to
sounds.
do that? Don't make requests like that. You might just go and ask them.
Turns out we all work together, so I
Yeah, I don't
mean,
know. It's
could be
crazy. What are you like
possible.
across the desk from them? Like you just pass a note over?
Oh, Forest Bug says car building, of course.
Yes,
Of
Okay.
actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. Lego Auto
Mm.
Mechanics as an island would be pretty fun.
Monster jams with Lego. Realistic driving sim with
Ooh.
Lego. Guys, I hate to break it to you. I don't. It would have to be a very tiny car, and then probably very, for it to be realistic, it would
But what
look.
if
Now that I'm saying it out loud, I mean, that's pretty
I
great.
I want like real-time reflections off the hood of ray traced Lego cars? That's what I want. Okay. We've arrived at the moment of truth, friends.
Okay.
Okay, so first of all, here's Questy McBrickface, the world's best quest giver. Went to quest school, got a PhD, years giving quests. There's baddies guarding the market. We accept it. All right, our UI populated.
All right.
We assembled the arch to give us the teleporter. We're here. We have a sword. We're told to go back to Questy. We go back to Questy. We finish the quest. Stud spawn. We're now stud tenionaires. Tenionaires?
Whoa.
What is it? We have literally tens of studs, but now we can go jump over the wall and fight the baddies.
All right.
We did it. It worked.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh.
And I died.
We did it. You
We
did
did
it, Tom. I was just
Yay.
here. You did it.
So I hope that
That's
was
phenomenal.
useful. I hope it was like again, this is a very small demo,
Yeah.
a very small, concise thing you can do, but this system is built to be scalable and expanded how you want to use it. You can do tons of
Yeah.
quests, you can do one quest. Yeah,
Oh, this is
there's
great. Let's see. We've got another question. Okay, so this this one's they really want to know it all. They want to know what the workflow is like on your team. Do you come up with ideas, or you guys just told what to do?
So there is this large person in a minifigure costume that marches into the office every morning at 9 a.m. and just starts yelling orders.
Oh,
And then we get to work.
oh,
Mhm. Yeah.
that's
We actually
cute.
have we actually have a lot of creative freedom. That's part of the nature of working at the Lego
Right.
Group. It's a really, really great place to work.
It
And
is.
everyone that's hired is like has a background where creativity is already like an inherent part of like their philosophy. So it's very collaborative, and actually everyone can participate. So even me, even though I'm sitting like all in the like depths of the marketing side, I'll walk by and just like whisper an idea, and it can like come to fruition. And I think that's like the really nice thing about working in this team is like we're
Yeah.
all like participating.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah, that's a big tenet of Lego for sure, the creativity and the inspiring others. So yeah, they're inspired. They're inspired, chat.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Other questions. So, here's for you, Tom. So, if you use a hidden button for the NPC combo, you have to make sure that the NPC doesn't move.
Correct. Or set up a system in where the button follows the NPC around.
Oh, there you go. Got to set up those systems.
Mm-hmm. Because
Let's
yeah, you
see.
definitely want the button next to the NPC because you're actually interacting with the button, not the NPC.
I have a very serious question.
Mm.
Do you each get a turn to show up in the minifig cosplay and bark orders at each other?
Only on your birthday.
Oh man.
It gets pretty sweaty. I don't
Yes.
want it.
Oh my. All right, let's see. Anything else? Any other questions for our lovely Lego team that is here today? And then we I know Lego wants to give a shout out to some of their favorite islands that they've seen you all
Yeah.
create.
Mhm.
Just some, not all. We can't sit here all day,
There's
guys.
so many. Yeah, yeah,
But
There's a
yeah. But
lot.
we should do. We could do. Shane and I just do a whole live stream where we react to your islands. Actually, that would be kind of fun.
That would
that
actually
would
be
be
a really fun
awesome.
stream. Yeah, I would watch that.
That would be
Um,
so much fun.
yeah, but let's pull up a couple islands. These were just a few that we thought were really like nice breakout ones. And this is a creator stream, so we wanted to show off some of the creators. I'll
Mm.
let Dan throw them over, but the first one is Brick Color Switch by H68, and the second one is Escape from Skeleton Island by Islander.
Huh. Whoa.
Dragon is so cool.
Mhm. Ah, the detail in this environment.
I know.
Mhm. Giant coin. Ah.
Ah.
Thank you. I love dragons, and I like Asian themes, and I love BR's last Asian theme. So I'm hoping to see more of that this year. But yeah, thanks for creators. And I think that's pretty much it for our stream today.
You hear that, everyone? More dragons for Carol.
Please, more
Mhm.
Love
dragons.
Carol, give her dragons.
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
Show
mhm.
your appreciation. Yeah, I guess that's it. We have I had two other questions if we don't mind grabbing those. And then that's it.
Yeah.
We're done with the questions, everyone. I just want to make sure someone asked some good technical ones real quick. Will we this one, this is I think I know the answer to this. I don't know. My spidey sense is tingling, but it says, will we ever get to be able to add bosses into our creative maps like the Storm King? And to that I say, give your feedback. And be specific.
That's such a.
I don't like I'm doing my best here, y'all.
Yeah.
But give your feedback. You gotta come halfway. You gotta meet us
Yeah,
halfway.
yeah.
And then last one, you mentioned the item spawners had to be tagged separately with verse tag markup, whether they tossed items or had physics on. Is there any reason for that split? I
I
don't know
think
if
it's
you know that, Tom.
that would be a Johannes question actually as to why they're
Johannes.
set up that way. I know Johannes is the engineer that wrote the code.
Johannes.
Johannes,
But
but
they can ask in the Discord too, right?
Yeah.
yes.
There's people in there. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and we can take that question directly to them and actually have him answer. My assumption is because the idea is that you can set up multiple quest system with different types of rewards, and so he wanted to have two different types of pools. That's my guess and my assumption, but he would have the better answer there if we jumped into Discord.
Cool. Hear that? So, for those of you who don't know, the Lego group team is definitely in our official Discord server underneath the Lego Islands section. There's an area for you to chat. There is also showcase as well.
Hmm.
So if you've made some really cool islands, drop them in there for the team to see. We also have on the Epic Developer Community website on our forum a section specifically for Lego. So if you have any feedback, if you want to report bugs, if you have any questions, definitely use the forums as well. Those are all searchable. So all the way like search engine optimized. So anyone can find that information if we have it on there too. So we love having your questions there, especially. But yeah, I guess with that, if we could get some love and chat for the Lego team for showing up today, and oh, but
Wait.
Hmm.
wait. I heard there was some sort of surprise, y'all.
That's true. I did bring a little surprise.
Yeah.
Everyone was always,
Mhm.
everyone wanted to know what we're gonna work on next, and it was gonna be, so I'm saving it for last. So,
This is it.
thanks
This is it.
everyone for joining. It was a real pleasure. You're all awesome, and thanks for coming back. And I guess we'll end with just showing what we're
Yeah,
gonna
I guess. Well,
do.
thank you guys for coming. If we don't get to see you on the way out,
Yeah.
we'll just drop the tea on the way out the door. But thank you all for coming and hanging out with the Lego team again. We appreciate Carol and Tom so much, and everyone in chat. I know I saw Rasmus is in there, and also other. I know Aiden's in there, and other people on the team that have worked hard. So thank you for attending as well, and thank you creators for attending. And yeah, Carol, let's drop the tea.
Thanks,
Enjoy,
Jane.
everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
The name's Prefect Patroller. And the case on my desk? Let's just say it smelled fishier than a flopper left out in the sun. But nothing's bigger than the truth, and the truth was getting slippery, like a banana peel. Then I heard it. The kind of knock that meant trouble. No footsteps, no shadows, just a soaking wet Durburger box begging to be opened. This was big, bigger than a loot llama with one heart left. And on this day of all days, the day was April 1st.